Help me! Midas, write this down! Write this down!
What is the chance this happens to be a spade?
1 in 4.
What is the chance that's an ace of hearts?
No. Help. Help me!
Hi, I'm Rohit. I have an appointment with one of your patients, Mr. Manoj Chatterjee.
You were here last week as well.
Yes, but he didn't feel like talking.
You didn't?
Maybe I didn't either.
Please wait.
Why have you asked to see me?
Hello, I'm Rohit.
Why have you asked to see me?
I had a few questions, Professor, and I was hoping you would indulge me.
What questions?
Questions on good and bad.
I think I fancy a smoke right now. I'll indulge you if you can arrange that.
I don't think you're allowed to... Excuse me. She'll be arranging for the cigarettes. I got us some coffee in the meanwhile.
Have we met before?
No.
See, I can't believe you. We might have, but I wouldn't remember. Pour me some more. Well, I'm waiting.
I have read one of your papers, Compressed Electronic Excitations of Subatomic Particles. In one of the footnotes, Professor, you mentioned about life and morality boiling down to nothing if our fate, our futures are deterministic.
You've read that? Interesting paper. A game changer it was.
How far are you willing to handle a discussion on morality?
You know why I'm here, don't you?
Given human existence, our intelligence and technological advancements, is it fair to say that great power is possible?
Sure. What do you mean, great power? Nuclear power? Spaceships? Skyscrapers? Asylums?
More specific than that, great individual power.
Like Superman?
Yes, not unlike Superman. Is great power like that possible?
What would it take for Superman to come alive? Well, you need a normal man at super strength and the ability to fly. Super strength is definitely possible. Small insects have been observed to carry 100 times their weight. Machines, much smaller than man, are far more powerful. Take the power hammer or the gun. Saltfishes and cheetah have speed. Bats have sonic vision. So if humans evolved along the lines that provided some sort of tactile strength, and we combined it with the right biomechanism, yes, super strength is definitely possible. The physics would allow it.
And how about flying?
Possible. Not quite like Superman, but we'll probably make a groundbreaking discovery, some sort of anti-gravitation force, or a substance, that can repel matter, that you would call sci-fi. Once we have the possibility of levitation, the physics is done. Build your roads with that substance, or line your clothes with it, or put it into the human body and up and glide away like the maglev trains.
So you won't discard these ideas as silly?
Of course not. Discarding is for the ignorant brutes who have no concept of the hypothetical. History bears witness. Today's technology was yesterday's wizardry. Take that cell phone, for instance, back to Spain in the 1400s, you'll be burnt at the stake.
How do you think discoveries like anti-gravity would come by?
My. That's an interesting question. Most discoveries in science have been gradual. Scientists building on the work of their predecessors. Math took centuries to evolve. Physics has had its share of groundbreaking discoveries. The structure of the atom, nuclear power, relativity. But they all were gradual changes. Biology, all the discoveries have been discoveries of explanation of the world around us. Darwinian evolution was pivotal, but it didn't change anything fundamentally the way anti-gravity would.
There has been one human discovery of that magnitude. If you go back far enough, the Lower Paleolithic.
Fire!
Yes, that was a monumental discovery, unlike any other individual. The caveman who first discovered fire. What do you think happened to that man, Professor?
Until then, fire signified bad things. Forest fires were probably very common, and the cavemen were scared of them. Probably assigned gods to the phenomenon. What was my hypothesis of the first caveman who discovered fire? He was scared shitless by it, so scared that he let the knowledge pass to the next man, and he to the next, until someone was ignorant enough to share the discovery with his friend.
Or brave enough.
Nah. He was probably killed by the savages for daring to control a power of such magnitude. But it was the biggest human discovery yet. Man could now fend off the beast, keep himself warm, cook his own food, and protect himself from the environment.
Did he do the right thing, Professor?
The right thing?
Yes. The caveman who shared the discovery with his peers. Did he do the right thing?
You know, they call me a psychopath. When I strangled those 2 children, they told me I didn't know what I was doing. The problem is, I did. I was curious, intensely curious, to know what it would feel like. You could burst into flames right now, and all I would wonder about is what color the flame was. Do you still want to talk about right and wrong?
We got to introductions last week and then he refused to speak.
Well, he won't remember that. Or you. Anterograde amnesia. He cannot hold on to new memories since the incident.
Yeah, refreshes every day.
He's very smart though. Some days he figures it all out. The others, he's just confused. But you're lucky today. Alone again?
Oh, yes. Thank you.
His hands are free. I can tie them up for you.
No, thank you.
And if he does not feel like talking again, perhaps he can be convinced to cooperate, just like that.
Do you still want to talk about right and wrong?
Yeah. Did he do the right thing?
How do you bring morality into the caveman's discovery? He found something out and he told a friend.
Yes, but it wasn't a mere something. He knew fire as a very powerful, very destructive force. He had no idea of knowing the consequences of sharing the discovery with his peers. In essence, he had got like a true superpower. Like the time Midas got his golden touch. No idea of the consequences that the phenomenon entailed.
He knew nothing beyond me hungry, need food, or lion coming, need shelter. Philosophy wasn't a luxury for the caveman.
Say someone figured out the golden touch. We have thought philosophy, the concept of right and wrong, the morality of actions. Say a discovery of that magnitude came by.
Tell me again, why did you come to me with these questions?
I thought talking with you might help.
I don't think you're being entirely honest.
Do you think weather is random, Professor?
And tell me, how much do you really know about Midas?
He got to ask a wish from some god.
A saint, Sidenius, wanders into his garden and before sending him back to his home, is offered a wish. He asks for the power to have anything he touches turn to gold. The Midas touch.
Just like that? He asked for the touch straight away, not the ability to cure diseases or flying or immortality.
Yes. Do you find that surprising?
Yes, I think.
Stop interrupting. He was crazy about riches, so he asked for it.
Okay, so he got the golden touch and he goes and tries it on things.
Yeah, things are going great. The flowers turn to gold. The gate to his palace, gold. Eating his food, gold. He's drinking from his cup, turns to gold. Suddenly he realizes he's not as clever as he thought. He goes back to the power giver and says, "Power giver, please take away this power." But the power giver says, "No, Once the power's been given, can't be taken away.
Was he moral in asking for the golden touch? See, these wishes are nothing but wishes for advantages. On one hand, you can grow your capacity, and on the other, you can stay the same and take away from everyone. Either you increase your well-being, your happiness, or you lower everyone else's.
So are you suggesting that Midas was being immoral?
Yeah, I guess I am. He didn't ask for a good life or a pretty wife or super strength. He asked for the ability to create personal wealth. Wasn't the probability high that choosing such an advantage would come back and bite him?
Those are things you care about. Maybe I would care about strangling 2 more children. Maybe I want to know what it feels like.
You do? You would take an advantage that no one would protect against. But do you think that's right?
Sure, why not? Midas does not have to care about anybody else. So why exactly do you care about the morality of a fictional king and a fictional advantage? You know, I know people like you. You take yourself far too seriously and are much too guarded. Don't you realize that I can free you from all of this? So, why don't you share your little secrets and spill out your filthy little demons? It'll be all wiped by the time I sleep tonight. Well, I see you've lied to me about the cigarettes. So I'm not talking anymore. Cheeky.
Those will kill you, you know.
The probability, you mean, of these killing me is high.
What if the probability of you being killed by cigarettes was low?
Like I was immune from nicotine toxicity, or somehow had a safe cigarette?
Yes, or both. Maybe you're born with a gene that keeps your health up with all the smoking. Or maybe, of all the cigarette packs in the world, you got the one with the least amount of nicotine. It was the one in the millions that was shipped, that made its way into the city, to the street, to the guard, and to you.
The universe steered things just perfectly for me.
That's what the lottery winner thinks, Professor. His formula with the numbers helped him win. But that's not it. Someone has to get those winning tickets. And you happen to be the one with the healthiest pack of cigarettes that was around. No guarding angels here.
Yeah, I got lucky. But this one pack won't affect my health drastically. I'll probably get the shitty pack tomorrow, and the next week, and the whole year.
What if you got the best pack the next day as well?
Now those odds are astronomical. No one wins a lottery twice.
Humor the theory, Professor. You might be smoking the best one right now, but you wouldn't know. So is it possible that chance works that way? You receive consecutive best packs?
Mathematically speaking, sure, it's possible, but don't bet on it.
Okay, what would you say if luck worked its way the third time around?
And they call me crazy? You're crossing from the mathematically remote to the plain weird. Odds like those, if you get 3 hits, I'll move my opinion from astronomical odds to, well, there's a bug in the universe.
A bug. That could be one possible explanation. Let's stretch it even further. What if every pack you receive happens to be the best of the bunch every single time? Forever.
That's impossible.
Okay, here's a hypothesis. There are a set of random probabilities that go around into creating the universe. You, me, free will, or the illusion of it. The Big Bang produced bare matter, which fused together to form elements, which formed the compounds, which helped create the various galaxies and the worlds. And then something happened. Biogenesis. Clumps of matter that could reproduce. And life erupted. And life grew bigger and stronger and complex. And then something else happened. Consciousness. And life could contemplate itself. At each step, the system gave way into creating something more complex, which then became a part of itself. From a lake of hydrogen atoms to consciousness and self-realization, that's one hell of a leap, Professor. These critical moments in our timeline, matter, life, consciousness. Can you take a guess what the next leap could be? What was common when a bunch of amino acids became the first forms of life? When the caveman first discovered fire? When our bodies came to be what they are and not something else? When the sperm you came from, one amongst millions of others? What was common?
Chance.
Yes. Beautiful, wonderful chance. What is the chance this happens to be a spade?
1 in 4.
Maybe I just got lucky. You know what a fire discovering caveman didn't realize, Professor? It was pure chance that he discovered it. What is the chance? That's an ace.
1 in 13.
What is the chance? That's an ace of hearts.
No.
What's the chance, Professor?
1 in 52.
What's the chance? That's the king. That's the queen. And that's the jack of hearts. 1 in millions. That is my dilemma, Professor. What if the next step after matter, life and consciousness is controlling randomness itself. Midas got a chance to use his golden touch and he screwed it. I was wondering if I could do any better. Or like him, would any of my advantage be doomed to failure?
Help me! Midas, write this down! Write this down! I don't want to forget this! Write this down! You used me, write this down! I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget.
Soon pass.